I also want to check. You have been a successful entrepreneur, so when a young startup or an entrepreneur sees a company growth and they're getting successful with their plans, they would want to know कि क्या किया उसने, what differently had you done for Dr. Vaidya, which people can learn from you.
I'll talk about one point,
Yeah.
right, which I think really worked for us. Maybe it was circumstances that made that happen for us, but it's something that I see a lot of young founders falter with, and it's doing one thing right. We went channel by channel. The first thing we did is we're going to get our website right before we go to marketplace. When we get marketplace right, we'll go to institutional. But until we got our website to 1,000 orders a day, we didn't focus on anything else. So I think clear vision and focus and doing one thing at a time in your small organization really helped us as a company.
Okay. What about social media? Do you think it plays an important role at the moment for, whether it's institutes or startups?
Yeah, I think, look, all research is done online. All research for any consumption decision done on Google, is done on Amazon reviews, is done on various online channels. You check out the website of a company. Even if you're buying a TV, you'll check the reviews of that TV on Amazon
Correct.
before you buy the TV in an offline store.
Yeah.
And so not having a digital presence, even if you're a B2B old school business, is absolutely unacceptable. Everybody needs it. My family business in the luxury jewelry space.
Okay.
They sell products at 10 lakh rupees plus. They didn't have an online presence till 2 years ago. The best decision they made was actually, my wife and I helped them build an online presence. Today, 22% of their sales happens digital or digitally assisted at a 10 lakh plus price point. So clearly, having some amount of digital presence is non-negotiable in today's day and age.
Right. We will rewind again a little, Arjun. Tell us about your wife, your family. You've been recently blessed with a daughter. So tell us about your family.
Look, I think I'll say one thing, that I'm fortunate to have a family, and every entrepreneur should find this support ecosystem. It may be family, it may be friends, it may be partner, it may be anybody. But I was fortunate to have a family that really supported what I did as an entrepreneur. Right? My dad is an entrepreneur. He runs a jewelry business. My father was in some sense an entrepreneur running his own clinic. And so my dad, my mom, my brother, they all really support, my grandmother, they all really supported what Trisha and I did. I remember when COVID hit, my brother works with my dad in the jewelry business and he runs a watch business of his own. He dropped everything he was doing to come to the warehouse and help us pack orders. He did nothing for Dr. Vaidya at that time, but he dropped everything in his life to come and help us pack orders because we needed help. That is crucial. I think you talked about being blessed with a child. I became a father in January 2023. And I think perspective on life has changed from then. I think.
So what has changed?
I think I've got much more perspective to zoom out. I've got much more perspective to see there's more than work to life. I am trying to do a little bit of work-life balance now, which I didn't do in the past, I'll be very honest. And I think there's a joy of spending time with your kid. There's a joy of creating a family. There's a joy of these moments that you get with your child. And I never thought I would be one of those. And I used to silently laugh at parents when they talk about this, but I'm exactly like that now. And until you experience it, you don't know what it is.
Yeah. No, I can relate to that. When I was doing my research, I saw a couple of your interviews, and I heard that you mentioning that you've been working 16, 17 hours a day when you were running Dr. Vaidya's. So how's that changed now?
Yeah, it's down to 12.
It is down.
It's down to 12. Look, I think when you have a child, you have lesser time because you want to spend some time with the child, but you have more ambition.
Right.
You're building now what you're doing in life for somebody else as well. And so I think it's brought a lot of efficiency into my life as well.
Tell us about your wife. Where did you two meet? And is it a love marriage, arranged marriage?
Yeah, it's absolutely a love marriage. So strangely, we did meet when we were 1 and 2 years old.
What?
Yeah, we met when we were 1 and 2 years old. Her parents are good friends with my aunt and uncle, and so we went on a trip together.
Okay.
And we have a photo from then. We didn't meet after that. So for another 23 years, we never met. In 2014, she was in the UK working at Goldman Sachs, and she had come down to India in, I think, March, April 2014 to assess how life would be back in India. She came for maybe a week trip or something like that. Her brother was running a chain of restaurants at that time and was opening a restaurant, and so was doing trials. One of her family friends went to college with me, and so she invited me for that trial at the restaurant. And Trisha happened to be there, and we met there the first time. She moved back to India 3-4 months later, and yeah, then we started dating in end of 2014, and yeah, we've been together
What year
since.
did you get?
We got engaged in 2017,
2017.
and we got married in Feb of 2018.
And that's,
It's been almost 6 years now.
we hear it a lot of times कि when you get married तो वो लक्ष्मी आ जाती है घर में. Do you feel that way?
I think when we got engaged, right? Because when we got engaged is when Trisha joined the business.
Right.
And I think her joining the business was the single biggest turning point for
Okay,
the
so you're
business.
saying when you got engaged, only then she had joined, not after the marriage.
So she joined the business just after we got engaged. So we got married while both of us were running the company together.
Wow, that's great. There was one more thing. You started this podcast called Direct to a Billion Consumers. So tell us about that.
Yeah, look, I think in the time that I was building, there was no place for me to go to get information about the journey of building a D2C brand. There was no place for me to get information about the journey of D2C founders because D2C was so unique, new, right? In 2016 was the first cohort of D2C brands as such. Us, Momsco, Boat, Mama, Delicious, M Caffeine, Vadam. And so in 2020 and 2021, some of these businesses had reached significant scale.
Correct.
And so as they reached significant scale, it was important to tell the stories of these businesses as well. And so I thought might as well document these stories. And so I started a podcast to talk about the journey of a D2C entrepreneur and building a D2C brand. And I think through our 35 episodes, we've covered some of the best entrepreneurs in India now.
So can we say this is your social responsibility that you're trying to support a
Yeah,
lot of young
absolutely.
entrepreneurs? Right. Most of my viewers, Arjun, are fitness enthusiasts. And just a while back, you were saying that while you were a kid, you were a chubby kid, and now I see you've turned yourself around. So tell us, what do you do in terms of fitness in your daily routine?
Look, fitness is a very, very important part of my life. Every day, 1 hour is blocked for fitness. I do at least 6 times a week something. I'm in the gym now as of this year. I never went to the gym, never lifted weights until now. But I've been told strength training is very important. So I just started strength training. I do that 3 times a week, including this morning.
Mhm.
Outside of the strength training, 3 days are cardio.
Okay.
Cardio could include running. I'm a marathon runner. We'll do the.
Yeah, I was just overhearing when you were speaking with Chirag. You're
Yeah.
doing 42 kilometers. You do.
No, I'm doing 21. I only do 21. I don't do 42. This is my 6th time I'll be doing 21 kilometers in January. I also play a lot of sport. So I'm a squash player since I was a kid. And once a week I play football. So it's, 3 times cardio and 3 times lifting for now in my life.
I don't know whether I can check or we'll get that edited, but I saw some stitch marks here.
Yeah.
What's about that?
It was age 15 playing football in school, about 15 kilos more than I am today. We didn't have a football field in school. We had a basketball court, and only one basketball court in Cathedral. And there was a drain that opened into the basketball court that didn't go directly in the gutter. It opened and then it went into the gutter. So there was a little bit of moss. We were playing with the small size 1 football. And I went for a header, and I landed on the moss. So I slipped. And as I slipped, my hands went to break the fall. And because of the moss, this hand went behind my back. So my entire body weight fell on this hand. And this entire left humerus bone broke. It took 1 hour to lift me up because my hand was behind my back. Eventually, the doctor moved my hand from back to front.
So it was an injury.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have a plate in my hand.
You still have a plate in your hand.
It was an injury, a breakage of bone, but also nerve damage. So I had to relearn how to hold things.
Right. we'll quickly play a rapid fire round where I
Absolutely.
request you to answer the questions in single word if possible.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. So, one person that you admire the most
My grandfather.
and why?
I think, other than the fact that he handed over me a legacy, I learned, I would say, my most important personality traits: hard work,
From him.
sincerity, consistency, and discipline from him.
Sure. Tell us about your bucket list.
Lots of things.
Top five you can name.
Top five, I want to see India win a World Cup final. I was in Ahmedabad this year and I missed seeing that. So I want to see India win a World Cup final. I want to see Manchester United win the Champions League or Premier League live.
Okay.
I think that's the second thing. I want to uh, be present for whatever sports my daughter plays in her life. I think sports is an important
You
part of
want
my
her
life.
to be a sports person?
She will play some sport, but I want to be present while that happens. If I can train her, I'll train her. If not, I want to be present for those things of her life. Um, Fourth, I wanted my grandmother to be able to see my kid, which she was able to see, and she's still alive now. So I think that's great. I wanted to buy my own house, which I was able to do also. So I think those things are off the bucket list. I want to travel to Greece. We've cancelled. I did 3 times there, so hopefully fourth time lucky. I was fortunate to go to a friend's wedding there last year, but we only went to Athens. So I want to see the rest of Greece. And I think last thing on the bucket list is last thing on the bucket list would be I want to run a half marathon inside 1 hour 45 minutes. My best time is 1:57. I won't make it this year. I'm trying for 1:50 or 1:55.
So why 1:45?
It's a timing I have in my mind for a while. The last time I got close and then I cramped at the end. For the last 3 kilometers, I was cramping on both legs. So 1:45 became 1:57.
1:57.
Yeah. So
Yeah. What is your favorite outfit?
what I'm wearing right now, t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite outfit. Or a sports outfit of cricket or football jersey, shorts, and slippers.
Right. I already checked. What was your favorite? Was it school or college?
College for sure.
Acha, I would like to cut this in between, and I would want to understand that a lot of entrepreneurs get that knowledge of running the business after they do their post grad. After they do MBA. And when I was doing my research, I saw that you haven't done that, right?
Yeah.
So, how did you have that, or how do you have so much of information and knowledge how to run a business?
I learned on the job. I had no knowledge of how to do it. I've never seen a P&L or balance sheet. I didn't study finance in college.
Right.
But I remember one very important thing. I wanted to do an MBA. My dream was to go to Harvard Business School. I gave the GMAT. I was ready to go. And then I started a business. And I lost 1.2 CR in my first year in my business. So my dad looked at that P&L and smiled. And he said that 1.2 crore is so much more than a Harvard MBA. It's worth so much more because what you learned losing this money will be much more valuable than any MBA you can do. And he was right. I think my MBA was building Dr. Vaidya. My MBA was entrepreneurship. I learned much more than I would have while going for an MBA academically. Yes, I didn't have as much fun. I didn't party as much. I didn't travel as much. I didn't make as many friends. But I wouldn't trade that experience for anything in the world.
Sure. Okay, let's come back to the rapid fire round. Your favorite meal?
I'm gluten free and sugar free, but the only thing I cheat for is pizza.
Pizza.
By far my favorite.
Are you a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian?
I'm both, but I think pizza can be any.
Pizza can be any. Okay. Favorite holiday destination? Greece?
Maldives.
No,
Maldives.
Okay, I thought you might say Greece. You're a sweet or a savory person?
Savory.
Savory. You won't like sweet.
I'm sugar free.
Yeah, sure. One thing you scared of.
My wife.
100 करोड़ की कंपनी के बाद भी वही सबका यूजुअल जवाब ही है. Okay. You rather have a rewind button or a pause button?
Pause.
And
I wouldn't rewind anything. I think I'm a big fan of the journey in life. You go through what you go through for a reason.
right.
If I were to change one thing, I would say I would have taken a computer class in college. I got too lazy to do that, and it's the biggest mistake I made.
So do you struggle at computers?
No, I think I mean, no. If you're in today's day and age, you can't struggle at computer. But I should have learned coding. I didn't learn coding. I should have learned it.
That would have helped you in.
I ran an e-commerce business, so the website was a very important part of it. And while you don't need to know it, if you know it, you get a lot of advantage.
If you could choose to live of a celebrity life, who would that celebrity?
I'm very interested to see how Elon Musk lives his life. So maybe Elon Musk, or as a cricketer, I'm a big cricket fan. Sachin's life for sure.
Sachin, not Virat.
No, I'm from the generation before, so Sachin. For me.
No, you're not.
I grew up.
Say that.
I grew up watching Sachin.
Okay.
I think Virat is a similar age group to me, right? So.
And I think for me, three of them: Sachin, Dhoni, and Virat. Yeah, that's what I like. So you're a morning or an evening person?
Evening person for sure.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
Between 7 and 8 a.m.
It will change, like you're changing most of your lifestyle.
It has changed from 8 to 9 to 7 to 8 already.
It will change to 6 o'clock very soon when your daughter will start.
My wife wakes up at 6.
Yeah.
6:30.
Yeah.
I wake up slightly later.
And you're scared of her, so you will have to wake up.
And even sometimes when I'm not awake, and like this morning I couldn't wake up till 8. She just dropped the baby on my bed, and my baby woke me up today.
She's only 1 year old, right?
Only one.
Even then, are you having a peaceful sleep?
For now, I think it's peaceful.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Your favorite car?
I have an MG EV. I like that car. I'm not a car person, to be honest. For me, car is point A to point B.
Sure. Favorite color?
Blue, because that was the house I was in school. And now red.
Okay. One friend you can open all secrets with?
Yeah, I have a friend who was in Cathedral with me. Her name's Sakshi. Even if we don't talk for 6 months, life is always the same. So, yeah.
You can just go back to her and open up. Favorite actor?
Not so much of a film person, honestly. I'm more a documentary guy.
Is it?
Yeah.
So tell us about those documentaries.
Yeah, I watch all documentaries that have to do with politics, history, business, so sports. Lots of what we do in the world of business can be related to the world of sports.
If you were to compare yourself from who you were, let's say in 2016 and 17 and now, what difference and what changes do you see in yourself?
I think it's more okay to deal with failure than I was then. More accepting of everyone's journey is different. More outgoing and a little bit more confident and much, much more mature.
Arjun, again, I would like to understand, because I've seen a lot of videos. I mean, your videos, and you're only 32 right now. You're still very young. 2013, you came back to India, and that's when your real journey started. So it has been 10 years, but the way you speak, the way you talk about things, whether it's, business, how do you have so much of knowledge, and how do you have that confidence in what you're saying that is the actual basics?
So I think it's two things. One is, when you company banate ho na, you get kicked and slapped and beaten, and so you learn 20 years of experience in 4 or 5 years. One, I had that. Two, you keep doing something again and again and again, you get better at it. I'm not a naturally talented person. I'm not Yuvraj Singh. I'm more the Rahul Dravid type of person. And so you got to fight harder, work harder, and eventually once you practice something enough, you get better at it.
Right. I think we're running short of time, although I have questions. Some final words that you would like to share with my viewers, especially some young entrepreneurs who look up to you,
Yeah.
and they aspire to be 100 crore company?
Look, I think 100 crore number is not as relevant as building what you love is. I would say young entrepreneurs, young people, we're the youngest, one of the youngest economies, youngest populations in the world. And so the future of India is in your hands. I'm not just saying it to say it. I find young people to be much smarter than I was at their age. I think your exposure, knowledge, information access, and ambition is much more than we were. We were scared to dream. You dare to dream. 100 crores a number I was scared to even say.
Yeah.
Today, young people say it all the time, right? So I think the future of India is in your hands. There is no better time to be Indian or to build in India than now. So go for it. The best time to start is now, and the best way to start is to start.
Arjun, thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you. As I mentioned, I saw a lot of videos, and what I saw and my experience is almost the same. Thank you so much for sparing time.
Thank you so much,
And
man.
it
It's
was
been a
lovely
pleasure.
meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun.
It's been a wonderful experience meeting Mayank and recording on NH Talk Show. I think he brings a lot of research, a lot of passion, and a different layer to the conversation than many conversations I've done in the past. So thank you, man, for hosting me, and it's been a pleasure.